I'm here to talk to you today about why you should stop S978. Basically, copyright as it stands right now is already fairly flawed, but I'll get into that later. The point of this is a lot of people that we know and love off of YouTube will become criminals for this. Justin Bieber, Numa Numa guy, the evolution of dance guy, people who made YouTube what it is are criminals now. It's not for something that like a crime that they actually committed. They should be able to fall under the under fair use. A lot of like DJs fall under fair use. For example, Girl Talk falls under fair use because he's using the songs in a way that expresses a new opinion or expresses a new idea and doesn't affect the sales of the song. Now, people who are going onto YouTube and using these songs generally are not using them in a way that is affecting the sales of the song or is in some way tarnishing the song's reputation. And so you can argue that they won't fight for this bill if it is passed, but why would we give them the opportunity to? You might say, oh, well, it's not going to affect me. I always do this fair, like I follow fair use laws and I do this legally. Well, what if they decide to take it to the farthest extent and you can't do anything about it? That's the fear that I have, and that's the fear that you should have too. If you want to know more information about copyright, you can just look at the Wikipedia page for copyright. It's got a great outlining of it. If you want to look up copyleft, which is kind of an anti-copyright thing, just look at the Wikipedia page for that. If you want some sort of visual, there's a great documentary called Rip a Remix Manifesto. Just search Rip Remix. I think it's ripremix.com, but just go onto Google and search Rip a Remix Manifesto. And it gives you a whole history of copyright and a whole history of fair use. And it is just a really well-made documentary. All right, well, thank you very much, and fight against S978.